Hello gamers, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to show you my new wheel. It is a Fanatec McLaren GT3 wheel, as you can read right here. Today I wanted to give you a little bit of my first impressions, how the wheel feels, how it drives, what I think of it, and yeah, I wanted to get out on track and tell you all my thoughts about it. Before we get into the video, I wanted to thank my big and beautiful boys, Jorik, Alex Fleming, Arthur Cabral and JP Kelly. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Let's get into the race. So here we are out on track at Imola, one of my favorite tracks in ACC, and let's see how this wheel functions. Ooh. My pedal game must be correctly as well, but I wanted to talk about the positives first before we get into the negatives of this wheel. At least they're negatives in my opinion, but this whole review, or these first impressions, they're based on completely my opinion and my driving style and what of an idiot I am. But the first thing I really do like about this wheel is, before this I had big round wheels. I have two wheels for my Fanatec setup. One is right here behind me and the other is hanging on the wall. But those still felt like they were comparable to my my G29. And because you have a oh lord, oh lord, oh lord, oh lord, come on. And because you have because this is a GT style rim, it feels a lot more serious immediately. It feels like a bit of tech that only the best drivers have, and that's why it also feels out of place in my setup. But that's one thing I really like, and those feelings, I think they count for a big part of if you like to drive or not. If you feel like your car is crappy, your wheel's crappy, it's not as much fun to drive. But when you have a wheel and you immediately feel like a racing driver when you hold it in your hands, I think that's a really, really good thing. And that alone helps it to be a I'm glad I made this purchase review, you know. The other things I like is because it's not a complete round wheel, I have a lot more space to look at my screen, which is very nice because I've never been able to enjoy the dashboards in this game, or in any other game for that matter, and there was always something in front of the screen, and now there's so much more space to look at what is happening, that I'm in gear number 4, that I need to shift up right now. And I was always messing with the field of views, or not the field of views, but the driver positions, to really get it right for a complete wheel, while the actual car might be using something completely different. So that's a good thing as well. I like the build quality. It is plastic and rubber, but it feels nice. For plastic and rubber, it's top-end plastic and rubber. And because the grips where you hold your hands are rubber, you don't need any gloves. It won't wear like Alcantara or suede. And I'm glad, because my first wheel I bought for my Fanatec setup has an Alcantara wheel. And it's good that you guys let me know that I needed gloves for it, or otherwise I would ruin it a little bit. But sometimes you do get a little bit sick of wearing gloves all the time when you just want to race, especially in the summer when it's hot as balls outside and you need to wear gloves to race. And the worst thing is, in the summer when it's hot as hell, you of course need the gloves on an Alcantara wheel, because all that sweat that's dripping from your gamer paws, it will soak up in your wheel, and that's no good. So the rubber grips, the plastic make of this wheel, I think that's why they could keep the cost so low. And yeah, ooh baby, jeez Louise, man, these AI, they drive like maniacs. It's not me that's the problem, it's them. And that comes to the next, I think, positive about this wheel, the cost. I haven't bought any more expensive wheels, but what I've heard from the reviews, you get a lot of value for your money here, and I'm very happy with my purchase for 200 euros. Is there a kind of dollar reduce for euros? Euro reduce. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So the cost of this wheel, it's not very high for what you get, in my opinion. You get a lot of buttons. You get I think it's an OLED display that tells you how fast you're going, what gear you're in, if you need to shift up and all that stuff. All kinds of handy stuff for when you're driving a race car. There's even some cool pedals behind here, which allows you to drive with just your hands. You don't need any feet, which is good for people with handicaps in their legs, or that just don't want to invest in a pedal set. Also a valid choice. It will cost you an arm and a leg, or both legs, if you sell them. So might as well. Oh god. Ugh. And another positive about, oh my god, oh lord, come on, keep it on the track, baby, yes. It takes a little bit of a learning curve to drive with this wheel. That's what I'm getting at here by illustrating it so first-handedly. Oh, come on. But a positive and a negative, of course, is that I have to keep both of my hands on the wheel. It's positive in the sense that I will not be distracted that much by being able to use just one hand, and use one hand for something else, like rubbing your nose or getting something out of your eye. Of course you can on the straights use one hand, that's no problem, but when you get to a corner you really need both hands on the wheel, and I think that's good for a person like me that sometimes forgets to keep their hands on the wheel and therefore is unable to shift. But one of the negatives is that it takes a little bit of a learning curve. Well, if it's not really a negative, is it? It's just maybe you see that as a fun new challenge, learning to drive this with this new wheel. And I do see it as one of those challenges. I like it that I can learn something new, you know? What are some other negatives? Well, this is just me because I have very soft and brittle hands. I have delicate hands, that's what I want to say. I'm an artist with my hands, you know. Please don't take that out of context. But the buttons on this wheel, some of the buttons, they're very difficult to push in. Also, and because this is a replica of the wheel they use in real life, they could not use any other shifters, but I like clicky shifters more than what's used here. But all in all, that's actually all I have to say about the negatives of this wheel. I don't really know any more. I mean, for the money, it's just a fantastic wheel. And it makes you feel like a real racing driver, like none of my other wheels can. And I think that's the point of owning a wheel like this. Feeling like a racing driver. And I kind of bought it because I also want to drive open wheel cars more, and I think a wheel like this, oh god, helps a lot with that, because it gets you immersed in driving Formula cars, in my opinion. It has also a lot of knobs on it, but I haven't figured out what those do. So this is very much a first impressions and not a review video, because I never do review videos because I'm always scared to get something obviously wrong, and I don't have a problem with being wrong, but I have a problem with spreading misinformation on the internet. Not even on the internet. Just spreading misinformation, I don't like it. I'd rather not do it, but I also just want to have fun, so sometimes I can't be bothered to look up all the facts. Oh, this is gonna be a little dangerous. But that's a race against AI with the Fanatec McLaren GT3 wheel, and I gotta say, it got a little bit of a thumbs up from me. I like it very much. And as I said, this is not a sponsored review or anything. I paid for it with my own stinky money. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all the big and beautiful boys out there. And also the girls out there that support the channel. And I hope you have a wonderful day. My beautiful baby boys and girls. I love you guys. Mwah.